Imagine ending a long workday, moving effortlessly out of your chair, walking away from your desk, feeling refreshed, comfortable, and strong in your body. If you think this is a fantasy, I can assure you it's possible. I have helped many people accomplish just this. Hi, I'm Nova Lee, California licensed massage therapist with over 20 years of experience. Some of you will remember me as your massage therapist at LinkedIn. Over the last 5 years, I developed Sitssage, an advanced therapeutic self-massage program. The goal of Sitssage is to help you become a self-healer. When you're alone in pain and there is no one there to help you, Sitssage will empower you to be there for yourself. Let's get started. What is causing upper back pain? A locked trapezius, pecs, teres, and rhomboids. When we're sitting all day long, our arms shorten, whereas the full extension of our arms is overhead and beyond. When this happens, our chest starts to slump down. This is due to the tightening of the trapezius in the shoulders, the pecs in the chest, and the teres in the armpit. Each technique will include an anatomy description and a technique name, beginning with shoulder shrugs. And let's inhale those shoulders up, breathing deeply in and out through the nose. A nice warming breath. Whenever you breathe in and out through the nose, it warms your body. For today's if you want to cool the body, breathe in and out through without the wheels and arms. But for this movement, if it is a hard chair, we definitely want to create for the chair back, and energy. A seat cushion, and a couple pillows. Keep up. Pause, set up, and come back. Another thing this exercise is doing is strengthening your mental capacity. If you're hearing voices in your mind that are telling you, I can't do this, it's too hard, when's it going to end? That is your opportunity to really retrain your thoughts. Let your breath guide you and give you strength. And hold. Bring those shoulders up. Squeeze them tight. Hold that breath in. That oxygen is radiating through your whole body and getting absorbed deeply into all of the tissues of your blood. Hold it. Keep holding as long as you can. And relax. Followed by neck circles. As you circle, you may find a tight spot. Feel free to linger there and switch directions, making sure you do a complete tension relief of all the muscles of your neck. Go at your own pace, pausing when you need to, and changing directions when it feels right. This is your practice. Do what feels good for you. Alright, in this next move, we're going to really get into the side of the neck. We're going to use the edge of our hand to press into the side of the neck. Our hand will be firm, like we're trying to chop a brick. And then we're going to press in with the edge of the thumb. As you see in this close-up shot, it's that knuckle of the thumb that's pressing in. As you press in, you'll have two options to deepen. You can either turn into the point of pressure, or in the farther away shot, I'm using a sawing motion and keeping the neck still. And switch sides. Again, I want you to notice that I'm supporting the working arm, and I'm not sticking out the elbow. I'm tucking it in so that it's actually being supported by my body. This way, both arms are being supported as they're working, which makes it much easier and reduces fatigue of your arms. Another option to deepen is to actually use that supporting hand to move the working hand. And we're going to come into our next move, which is rock, neck, shoulder. This is a great way to use squeezing power to squeeze the space between the shoulder and the neck. What's happening is we're creating a lever, the fulcrum being at the point between the neck and the shoulder. And as we get close to that fulcrum, we can push into our hand. You can make it flat for less pressure, or you can stack your hands up high and make it taller for more pressure, and switch sides. You can experiment with using more shoulder lift or more head turn. Try it out. Each option will give you a different position and a slightly different angle on the pressure. You can try to put the pressure more into the shoulder or more into the neck. And depending on that intention, you'll feel it in a different spot. But the benefit of this move is that both the neck and shoulder gets massaged simultaneously. Heading deeper into the shoulder, we're going to continue with our move, Squeeze Me, which will squeeze our shoulders as we rotate the arm, a pin and stretch move that we do on ourselves. From this reverse view, you could see that I'm hooking with my fingertips as I'm rotating against that point of pressure. Added benefit of this move is getting into those large lymph nodes beneath the armpit. So go ahead and keep the movement and release it all. And we're going to end with wiping the table movement to go a little deeper into those shoulders. And switch sides. Another variation is to change the direction of your shoulder rotation. You can either go back or forward, whatever feels more effective for you. And as you can see, I'm moving my hand in different spots. Go ahead and move it around and find a spot that feels right for you. That will give you more complete coverage. And we'll end with wiping the table back and forth. Our next move, Pec Prouding, brings us into the pectorials. As you see, I'm supporting my working hand while moving the fist in a rotational movement, getting into the pecs, while my shoulder stays still. Another thing you can do is to use the supporting hand to pull the working hand into the pecs, which creates a nice pressure. Play around with the height of the elbow of your supporting arm and the position to give you a different angle and better leverage. The other thing you'll notice me doing is turning my neck. I'm adding a twist rotation to deepen the move. And switch sides, getting to that other pec. Start by moving the hand in a circular motion, just getting some lymph flow and some movement into there, a little scrubbing up and down. Again, always supporting the working hand. Next, we're going to use the supporting hand to pull our fist into our pecs. And adding a little twist with the neck, looking over the shoulder, pull and twist with the neck, pull and sink in. Now we're getting into the crux of what is causing our upper back pain, which is tightness and shortening of the teres major and minor. In this move, armpit rock and roll, we're going to get into those teres with the back of the chair. The mistake most people make when they first try this is they don't go back far enough. The teres really are pretty far back behind the arm. So keep rolling until you find that spot that is really tight. And switch sides. Getting to this other armpit area, we're going to really dive deep into the cause of our upper back pain. All day long, our arms are locked down and forward. So really stretch your arms out as well as digging into those teres muscles. These are the muscles that pull our arm down, and when we don't stretch them out, we become locked in that down position. Breathe and sink in. Coming to our next posture, we're going to directly massage that upper back with our shoulder blades. In this move, shoulder blade back rub, we're pressing the scapula into those tight rhomboids, which are beneath the trapezius and hard to reach from the outside. The secret of getting that shoulder blade to massage our upper back is with the twist position. The more we're twisted, the more that angle of the shoulder blade presses in. And let's switch sides. With each rotation, visualize your shoulder becoming warmer and looser. Envision that it's being lubricated by the movement, bringing blood, breath, and flow into those tight shoulder blades. And keep breathing in and out through the nostrils, warming your body with each breath. All right, now we're in for the feel-good part, rhomboid rollout. We're simply going to roll out that tight upper back against the back of the chair. This will feel really good. Angle it to the left and the right. Start high and start sliding down your seat, getting lower over those tight upper back shoulder blades. And as you lean back, pay attention to the pressure. If it's too firm, you can add a sweatshirt over your top to make it a little bit more cushioned. If your chair is not upholstered, you can add a towel around the back, but adjust it so it feels right for you. And breathe into it. All right, now for the low back people, we're going to get into that low back pain. When you look at a chair and you think about your body position, why does your back hurt? I mean, you're not sitting sideways in it. And it's not like your back is bending forward in a weird position. If you really think about it, the position that you're in when you're sitting is pretty much the same as when you're standing. Your back doesn't change. So why does it hurt when you sit? Let's look at what does change. From sitting to standing, we hinge at 3 points: the hips, knees, and ankles. So the problem of your back pain lives in your legs. So when we're sitting, our knees are up front towards our chest. What we want to do is bring them back to relieve the shortening of the hip flexors, a group of muscles that includes the quads and the psoas. I call this reverse sitting because we're reversing the posture of the legs while still in the sitting position. When the leg is hanging off the front of the seat, it's a half reverse sit. When you bring it back over the seat cushion, it's a full reverse sit, as it pushes your leg just that much further back. Now, if the half reverse sit was difficult for you and you had a hard time straightening your leg, add a couple cushions. It's important to get this posture right, so start slow and go at your own pace. And for those of you who want to advance that reverse sit move, breathe into it by bringing your belly button into your spine. And switch sides. Again, we're going to start with the half reverse sit, letting our leg dangle off the front as we breathe into it to deepen this posture. As you inhale, pull the belly button in towards the spine while keeping that leg straight as possible. You can feel and see that front hip flexor stretching out. And as you do so, you'll feel low back relief. Again, we're moving into the full reverse sit here now. Of course, if it is too difficult for you, keep staying with the half reverse sit. And if even that is too difficult, use a pillow. And if you can, bring your hand over the back of the chair, squaring up your hips so that you get a nice directional reverse sit. Next, we'll be massaging the hamstring attachments, which are located at the sit bones. We're going to cup our hands upward, and we're going to massage those sit bones with our hands, which actually will also give ourselves a nice hand massage. When you massage with the body part that needs massage, both sides get the benefit. Next, we'll be making little mountains with our fists and getting into that central hamstring. As you'll see from the photo through the ghost chair, the transparent chair, my fingers are curled in. Now, if that's too painful, you can flatten out your fingers which will make the mountains a little lower, which will result in less pressure. But it could be more comfortable on your hand depending on what type of chair you have. The third option, as you see here, is to add in a pair of socks, which will again make my hands taller. The taller your hands, the more pressure will go into those hamstrings. So we'll be starting closest to the sit bones and walking our hands forward towards the knees. The central hamstrings are really deep, thick muscles. So be patient. If you don't feel the pressure, try straightening your legs out. The straighter your legs are, the more it brings the hamstrings into extension. And if it's too much pressure, bend your legs more to reduce the pressure. Additionally, when we're touching our bodies, we need to be mindful of what we're thinking. Oftentimes, we judge ourselves the harshest, thinking that we're too small, too weak, not strong enough. When you have these thoughts pass through your mind, replace them with appreciation. Thank you, legs, for all the places you have taken me. Thank you, hands, for all the things that you have reached for. And know that you are enough. You are amazing, exactly as you are. Next, we'll be massaging our lateral hamstrings with hamstring rocker. This one is definitely the biggest culprit in that low back pain. When the lateral hamstring shortens, it pulls the whole hip out of alignment. And when it's really tight and shortened, you'll find that standing up is kind of hard to do. It's like this slow tugging and pulling into a standing position instead of springing up into it. Now, if you're finding that these moves are hard on your hand, another way to do it is to use the edge of the seat. Depending on how cushioned it is, the pressure will be stronger. In this chair with a square corner, I'm actually pushing in with that corner, and it's giving me quite a lot of pressure. Straightening the leg and bringing it forward while pressing down also helps, but it prevents you from squeezing your hand too much. And switch sides. Now I'm starting at the top of my thigh where there's a lot more dense tissue. If you're having a hard time finding the lateral hamstring, start lower down, right behind the knee. The muscle just pops out right there and it's really easy to find. As you'll notice, I'm rolling and leaning over that point of pressure. The more direct weight that I have over that point, the deeper it will go. I'm also adding in the movement of my foot. I'm actually slightly pushing against the muscle while my foot goes the opposite direction. And this contrasting movement really takes it deeper. These hamstrings are really dense. So the tendency will be to not have enough pressure. In order to increase that, add more weight over the point of pressure. Now that we've released the leg, we're going to come into the low back with some cat-cow spinal movement. Inhale forward, exhale back. Nice rhythmic movement, strong breath. One thing not to do is to crank the neck back. We want to just move the spine while leaving the head level and straight. Power your movement with your breath. Now we're coming into the final movement, twisted cat-cow. This move really gets into the lumbar spine and gets that back warmed and loosened up. And inhaling forward, exhaling back. If you want to deepen the move, cross your legs, and that will even go deeper into that lumbar spine. Increasing the twist will increase the benefit. And switch sides. You can start with your legs crossed, but I prefer to start straight-legged and work into the deeper twist. Inhaling forward, exhaling back into that lumbar spine. The pace is really up to you. Do what feels comfortable. You want to just be able to keep a nice rhythm. Keep up. You can do it. We're almost done. Strong breath, strong body. And you have now been self-massaged. Take one last deep breath as we come into completion. Thanks for joining Self-Massage and developing your skills of emotional resilience and physical well-being.